This is great pleasure for me to present you again one type of calibration of a defective flow transmitter. I am having a defective flow transmitter. The problem is that while it is in a process line, the value is continuously fluctuating. So in process, what we have done, we have permanently replaced it by another transmitter, and we are performing the test in our calibration lab such that we could find out a perfect solution of this type of peculiar behavior of the flow transmitter. And for that I have prepared a format in which I am just going to apply the pressure increasingly, and we'll compare it with a master pressure gauge, WC, and if needed we'll do the necessary calibration for the flow transmitter. So I will show you the setup, how we will perform the test, what are the problems which must arise, and in which way we shall able to calibrate the pressure transmitter. Let's see. This is the transmitter setup. This is the transmitter setup. See, okay. Now there is no pressure applied, and this is the master pressure gauge which I am talking about. I shall compare this with that. This is the bench setup of the entire instrument. This is the heart calibrator. This heart calibrator, and this is the 24-volt DC supply from where we are connecting the transmitter via these wires. Okay, and I have connected a 250 ohms resistor over here in series with power supply. Okay, in series with power supply. This is the pneumatic air line we are giving, and here we are adjusting the required pressure which I shall need for the calibration, and one port is coming from here to tally, to compare the pressure in over pressure gauge. Suppose if I am giving a pressure of 100 mm of WC, it will shown in this pressure, and the output of this pressure is going to the higher end of the transmitter, and the display will show 1000 mm of WC, such that 100 mm of WC, and I will get some pro milliampere over here according to the process value, 4 to 20 milliamps. This is the lower side of the transmitter which I have intentionally kept open for atmospheric pressure. Okay, let's see. Suppose I am giving a pressure of, first I take this one, this heart calibrator online. Now this is offline. See, this is going to be online. Okay, now you just see. Now if I give a pressure of, now there is zero pressure. Okay, zero pressure. Suppose if I give a pressure, increasing pressure of 1000 initially 1000 mm of WC by simply increasing this port. See, I am rotating. See, the pressure is increasing. Just too much. much increased. I must bring it to 1000 mm of WC. 110, 9.8% of the range. Now this is near about your 10.1. okay. Similarly, if you see, in case this is near about 100 mm of WC, and in process value we are seeing some milliampere. It is 5.6 milliampere according to 100 mm of WC. Suppose if I increase this to gradually I am increasing. Now see, this is going to 200, near about 200 mm of WC. okay, going to be 200 mm of WC in this. And at the same time my pointer is in 200. okay, this and this are comparing each other. This is a master gauge, and the value which I am getting over here is totally accurate. Now see, here I am getting a milliampere of 7.5, not visible properly due to the low resolution of the camera. That's nothing worried about. okay, that means the pressure applied to duct is to 200 mm WC, and pressure shown is master pressure gauge 200, and the process value is 7.4 milliamps according to 200 mm of WC. This means the whole setup is working properly. This transmitter is working properly. Before this I have opened this both the port, and I have seen the zero of the transmitter. I found it shifted, so what I did just a zero trimming, so that when both the port high and low side are open, the transmitter came to the zero position, so that it behaves like a normal way. Now if I gradually increase the pressure, accordingly, suppose the maximum range is 1000 mm of WC. okay, what I am doing that I have increased the pressure to 500 mm of WC. Now this is decreasing slowly. Now the master pressure gauge is also at 500 mm of WC, little bit higher, not too worried. okay, and the process value what here I am seeing is 12.1 mm of WC. Like this way I am gradually increasing, and again I will just gradually decrease the pressure. I repeat the whole process 2 to 3 times, so that the repeated value, to get the accuracy and to get the repeated fine value of the transmitter. This is a setup, and this is a defective transmitter. So I have put it on a test bench and performing the calibration with all these setups, and if I found a span shifting, then I will do a span shifting from this span port, span port, and if I found a zero shifting, then I shall do a zero shifting from this transmitter, as well as I am having option in this hard calibrated too. Okay, and according to this I am just writing down the result. Suppose I have applied when no pressure applied, gauge is showing 0, transmitter is something 2, hard process value is something like 3.98, process value is something 0.3 and 3.98. okay, when I have applied a pressure of 100 mm of WC, what I have found? I have found 102, and here I have found 5.4 some. Hard process value is your 102 or 3 or 5.6, like this. Okay, when I have applied a pressure of 200, what I have found? I found this is 203 on 200 this, and process value is something like 5.6, and process value is something like. So what we are seeing that there is a linearity in the graph versus your, suppose this is the applied pressure and this is suppose milliampere. This is we have found a linearity in the graph. Okay. So after performing 2 or 3 tests, if you found that the values are coming linear and there is no huge deviation in the readings, that means your transmitter is now ready. And if in case you found any deviation or any type of positive or negativeness or higher fluctuation in the values, if you are not getting a proper solution after trimming or after reset the value of transmitter to default factory settings, or you are after putting your own values according to the design data sheet you are having in your process industry, then you must confirm that this internal circuitry of the transmitter got damaged. Okay, for that you have to call for the service engineer for repairing, or else you may purchase a